Hi, and welcome back to the Warehouse Whiteboard. I'm JJ. Glad you dropped in today. Want to review a little bit of what we did yesterday with our students here in Warehouse Student Ministry. We took a road trip over to Walk-On High School to participate in the Fields of Faith event. It's an annual student-led evening of God's truth and testimony and a gathering of folks from all over the place under the banner of Jesus. And it's always a powerful experience. It's a neat thing to see so many people gathered for the cause of Christ. And last night, the theme was from John 14, so strangely enough, it's out of John, which is exactly what we're going through this year in our own ministry. But it was out of John 14. It talked about God's peace that He lives with us, peace not as the world brings, but as only God can bring. And we were blessed by hearing several different students from around the area, from several different schools, sharing their testimony. And they shared about lots of different things that they had experienced or struggled with in their own lives, and things that they had pursued, maybe at the expense of pursuing God, whether it was sports or relationships or success in all sorts of different ways that it could manifest itself. And then we heard from a keynote speaker who shared about her life and her struggles and her experiences and the things that she pursued or that she was unfortunately caught up in, all of which pulled people away from God, all of which pulled people into pursuing things that were not God's best for them. When we've got this verse in John that tells us Jesus is leaving His peace with us. Peace not as the world gives, but as only He gives. A peace that truly satisfies. Unlike these other things that we all struggle with pursuing, whether it's success in the eyes of the world or, as I've talked about with some of my other Bible study buddies, contentment in different places that are not what is God's best for us. All of those things are fakes. You know, the accolades that we get from scoring a touchdown or acing a test or having the right boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever the case might be. Those are counterfeits to what we would experience when we compare that to the peace that only God can bring. The peace and contentment within us that comes from basing everything on our identity in Jesus. And so that's the profound thing that I'm left with after an evening of testimony over in Walk-On that we experienced all together, is that it's only God's peace that truly satisfies. So I hope today that each of us are pursuing God's peace, that we're maybe setting aside the things of the world that we so often pursue, whether it's money or accolades or fame or being an influencer or whatever it might be, that we set aside those other things that we're pursuing in order to focus solely on who God is, who God has made us to be, and the great foundation of truth that provides. We are all created in God's image. We are loved beyond what we could ever express. And we are called to something so much greater. So I hope we're all pursuing that today. This has been JJ with the Warehouse Whiteboard. I appreciate you dropping in today. Come back next time and we'll talk some more about John. Until then, have a blessed day.